Hello and welcome, my friends. Happy Monday and welcome to the full strawberry moon. Now, the full strawberry moon rises on Wednesday. However, because it is it's the big kahuna, we have the ability to embrace it 2 days before and 2 days after. So we will have the full strawberry moon energy with us from Monday till Friday the 13th. It's quite an amazing energy to, well, play with and embrace throughout the next week because, well, we have the divine feminine energy of the full strawberry moon rising with Sagittarius. So we have that full moon with a little bit of a kick up and go in Gemini, which of course is that thinking energy. And it comes to us until, well, Friday the 13th, which is a celebration of the goddess. Pop culture, of course, has made it scary. Way before Jason ever came forth or was even thought of, this was a day to celebrate that divine feminine. So we go from a divine feminine, well, full moon to that divine feminine energy of Friday the 13th. To roll us in to the Sunday of Father's Day of the divine masculine. We have that nice balance of energies to support us. So, can you tell I'm excited? Really excited. I love it. It's just, it just brings me smiles. Another thing that I love, this is the Everyday Witch Tarot and Oracle combination. One of my favorite combo deck pieces. I wish more people would do this where you have that seamless connection. It just makes me happy. All right, let's look at the full strawberry moon. Now, the full strawberry moon was named because of our ancestors who started to see that the strawberries and different vegetables start to flower and produce. Not everywhere will have that. I live close to the Rocky Mountains, and I'm chuffed because my tree just got leaves. Like, you know what I mean? We don't have a great growing season here. So strawberries have not started to come out. However, that is why it has its name. And it always makes me laugh because it's like, yeah, this is what it's usually named. This is where it came from. And I'm like, yeah, but not here. Because there's still snow. I'm actually lucky because there isn't any snow. In Alberta, I've known snow in every month of the year. It's great. Love living here. All right. The 9 of Pentacles. The 10 of Wands in reversal. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Swords. The 8 of Wands. Now, this week, because it will be a week, it'll be through Monday through Friday, it's going to be a this or that. Either you're going to feel like things are going well and you're going to be able to take that time to read your book with a glass of wine, do the things that you love that fill you. Or life be lifing and it's going to derail you. And it's not going to be a one thing where you're like, okay, I'm going to start off on Monday here. And that's it. I'm just going to focus in on that. Well, no, because life will happen throughout the week. Don't let the trials and tribulations derail you entirely. You need to use your head and your heart. You need to be able to support you in the ways that are going to help you the most because, well, life be lifing. People are triggered. People are fearful because of global pieces, what's happening in their world, financial constraints. So there's a lot of irritability. Don't allow other people to derail you. Don't allow that irritability to derail you. If you're feeling, so if you have to go to work or school or grocery shopping, or you go for a walk and you get back and you're like, oh my God, I feel like crap, grr, that is when you need to take a shower, an intentional shower, asking the high vibrational beings to come in and help degunk you from the heavy, the crazy, the irritability. That way you can stay in that very positive, very abundant, stable energy. It's going to support you in setting yourself up right as we start to head towards the summer, because summer solstice comes in next weekend. You don't want to be frazzled and burnt out. You not only will that diminish and minimize some of the positive things that come forward, it's going to lessen the fruits of your labor. So, Knight of Cups. This is the knight that, well, he swaggers, guys. This is a swaggering knight. Pamela Coleman Smith drew her knights in varying stages of motion. The Knight of Swords charging headlong into the storm without thinking. The Knight of Pentacles standing steadfast in his field that he has just plowed. Well, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Water, or Cups, is right. He's right in the middle there, and his horse is just kind of swaggering along, doing his thing, his own way. Listen to your heart. What is it that you need to support you to overcome the challenges and keep yourself in that Garden of Eden? Keep yourself, well, with your head above the water so you don't feel like you're being taken under. At the same time, use your head. The Queen of Swords, well, she learned all her knowledge through firsthand experience. She hit those rocks. She hit them hard. She didn't stay down and play victim. She dusted herself off, picked herself up, and learned from it. Use your tools that you need to keep you stable and strong. It's going to help you to not only get the most out of this week, it's going to set yourself up right for that summer transition, because we are going to be transitioning from Gemini to Cancer. So from an air thinking sign to a water feeling sign. Nothing wrong with that. It's just when you get into the feels, people get uncomfortable, because many of us were told to cap or hide or minimize our feelings. So we want to make sure that you're in control of you. The Eight of Wands talks about that fire and excitement and enthusiasm for what you're doing. Well, some of us feel like, we've got this. It may look like it's in chaos, but we feel like, well, we've got a semblance of order. It makes sense for us. We get it. Others are caught in that storm and don't know which way to go forward. Whichever you lie in, know that the minute that you start grounding yourself and you start using your head and having that compassion for you, this starts to slow down. You can start to pick yourself up and enjoy this process rather than just get through it, because just getting through it minimizes your experience, minimizes you. We just don't want to, do that rinse and repeat. We want to be able to experience, and some of those experiences, yes, are not always positive, but experience to learn, to live, and to connect. Those are important aspects of why we're here. So this full moon is wanting to honestly get you back on your feet so that you see and embrace the positive pieces. You incorporate them in to those things that you may not enjoy so well, so that you can streamline it to the positive rather to the chaotic and negative. And no, the Eight of Wands is not a negative card, but the chaotic energy is. I love this. Connect with Gaia. Very much connecting in to the Nine of Pentacles here, because we have that grounded energy, the stability. So no matter what life is throwing at us, that stable energy is important. Again, using your head. What tools do you need to do that? What helps you? And know that there are a lot of tools. Some are going to work better for you than others. This isn't a week where you want to add in extra tools. Honestly, I would write notes to yourself, use pen and paper, because when we have big energies coming in, we will and can negatively impact technology. That's why when we need it most and we're frustrated and upset and overwhelmed, our phone doesn't work so well because our energies are negatively impacting it. Oops. Give love. Doesn't necessarily feel like giving love to others. This is more about returning back to self, having the compassion for self. And it doesn't say give love to others. It says just give love. And know that the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you're going to have. So giving yourself a little bit of TLC will go a long way in strengthening you. Hibernation and regeneration. Don't stick your head in the sand right now. Don't avoid. This is more about regeneration, regenerating and rejuvenating you so you feel stronger. You feel more empowered. That's important. So use your head. Take the time you need to fill your cup so that you are able to embrace the positive, no matter how big or small it is. Those little wins are huge. And a lot of us do and end up really booking ourselves to, the highest degree. We're not giving ourselves that time or permission to sleep, to drink properly, to take care of ourselves. The full strawberry moon is encouraging you to take care of yourself so you do feel stronger, so that you're able to use your head and your heart to create it what you want and need. Six of Swords in reversal. The Queen of Wands in reversal. The Five of Cups, the Queen of Wands in the upright. The Five of Cups is in reversal, and so is the Page of Pentacles. Even though we have the Knight, and they are an action card where they're like, we need to do, it's more the courage, the determination, the compassion that we need here, not the movement. This full moon is not saying we have to go and do, get out, have that very visible movement. This is about understanding and taking care of you. This isn't about going and doing. Will we have that going and doing? Absolutely. When we understand and can balance this out to the positive rather than that stressful, chaotic. Queen of Wands, that should be all that in a bag of chips, my friend. We're looking at that very influential, very sassy energy. She does things, again, her son takes a note out of her rule book where it's got to be very individual. No matter what gender we identify with, that Queen of Wands talks about that independence, that authority not to give out or to give to crumble. You need to have that steadfast, fiery energy within. That conviction for self. Now we do have the double queens. these sisters, they're the 13th card in the Minor Arcana. Yeah, ending up on Friday the 13th. Yeah, this is the number of the goddess. This is a number that is encouraging you to quiet your mind and listen to that intuition. The Five of Cups does really build off of that emotional piece that I was talking about, where we're focusing in on what's going wrong, those 3 overturned cups, where really we should be focusing in on those 2 upright cups. What's going to fill us? Again, those overturned cups, they're going to be very blaringly obvious because life will be lifing. You can't control that external. However, instead of taking it the same way every day, day in and day out, you do need to use your head, your creativity, so that you can create a different pathway. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result, well, that's kind of crazy. You need to shift things up a bit to get that different result. The Page of Pentacles does talk about how we're stuck in our ways. We like how we do things. We don't like how it's always the same result, but we like the way we do it. Be open to different. When we have the stability, when we are building off the positive and we're using our creativity, that's when we can start to ask those questions. We can start to break those patterns and make a huge difference for you. I want to thank you guys for joining me today and exploring the full strawberry moon. I hope this does get you excited for the next 5 days. Let me know what you guys are going to be doing for the full strawberry moon. And more importantly, what are you guys going to do for Friday the 13th? Like always, guys, you know the drill. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, do all the things, push all the buttons. And if you're looking for an added layer of support, I do have a Patreon page. I provided a link below so you can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today and exploring the full strawberry moon. Until tomorrow, my friends.